I think that over the last 5 years, climate change and environmental issues have become a much more prominent political consideration than they were previously. All countries across the region have always been aware of the high vulnerability of Southeast Asia to climate change, given extensive coastlines, sea level rise, and in particular, extreme weather events. At the same time, Southeast Asian economies and cities have been developing so rapidly. There's been massive build out of infrastructure, which has environmental implications for land use, for biodiversity, for flow of water, for pollution, across a whole range of different considerations and topics. So these issues are now, I think, very front and foremost for a lot of countries, particularly within the context of extreme weather events and building resilience to those, as well as the challenge for the clean energy transition and the need to move towards net zero targets, which a lot of countries across Southeast Asia have set targets for in coming decades. So in this space, obviously, China is a major player with infrastructure development, looking at large scale railways, looking at power plants, looking at just broader investment in real estate. The United States has a huge role to play in this space, but they're not historically a large investor in physical infrastructure. So I think when you're looking at U.S. strengths, a lot of the work that is done and which can be grown in U.S. collaboration with Indonesia and Malaysia and the broader Southeast Asian region is largely in terms of best practices, social and environmental governance standards, and really capacity building and data sharing. So when you're looking at what's needed, for instance, for building climate resilience, one of the key gaps that a lot of countries face is good data, whether that's good projections on sea level rise, whether that's good analysis on what areas are in need of coastal defense infrastructure and how to target investment in that space, whether that's looking at the use of things like nature-based solutions in building cities and in managing floods and droughts, or whether that's looking at sort of the best practices for integrating renewable energy into the national power mix as countries are seeking to expand power access for their citizens, but also green their energy system. So there's a lot of opportunity for capacity building from the United States in this space. There's a lot of opportunity for sharing lessons learned. And I think there's a broad opportunity for exploring some of the technical gaps that exist within the grid, and then within sort of the civil society network, so that these solutions can be explored in a way that's not just top down in terms of policy and investment, but also bottom up in terms of communities identifying solutions that feed their own needs.